Sooner State. A battle as prickly as they come in a rivalry where domination has carried the day. But don't tell that to the folks from Stillwater who love to cause a little bedlam in this one. This is Gaylord Oklahoma Memorial in Norman. It's the Oklahoma State Cowboys and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, the Cowboys head coach told me before the game he is concerned going to an environment like this, one of the best crowds in all of college football. They make it loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. He'll bring it out. It's Page. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Snags it quickly on the left. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Oh, what a move to get room! And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Cowboys just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
There he goes. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
Turns it upfield. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
3rd down, red zone play, crowd alive. Left side is Young. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a 4th down conversion.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And the Cowboys pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Hawkins. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He'll go to the air again. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Well, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll try to get it through the air. Touchdown, Cowboys! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Coming out with it, it's Thomas. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He's got enough. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
Now on first down from the 30. Sells to run, looking to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Using his legs, it's Hawkins. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
And I'm not surprised, right? Like, they go to him again. Last drive, he did an unbelievable job. And if I'm this defense, just keep honing in, right? Like, making sure he has to earn it. Making sure a lot of people get near him. Continue to hit this running back. Try to slow him down and cool him off.
Offense set on first down. Might as well give it to him again. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Snap in the shotgun. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Handoff to Xavier. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break. Oklahoma State is on top as we get a look at the numbers so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. To the air, it's Mateer. Out wide left, it's Hansen. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
On third down, here's Robinson. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Straight ahead, it's Blaylock. Turning it on. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. Hits it out for a first down in the red zone.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out wide right, it's Blaylock. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
I love it. Nice play call, nice design. Get the ball to your speedster and let him do the rest. Try to find a way to isolate guys and get matchups, and you did it with your running back, slash receiver there, and he did the rest.
And he tacks on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barnes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. He'll set up to throw. Under pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. The Cowboys want to crank the tempo.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the...
The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. Quick give. It's Blaylock. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Scanning the field, it's Mateer. He's going for it all. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Finds a crease. It's Hawkins. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Looking for running room. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. They get to the line quickly. Fresh set of downs going up top. Just barely got rid of it. This rivalry dates back to 1904, and the story goes, guys, that the ball got loose once, rolled down a hill, went into a creek, and both teams went in there and fought for it.
And isn't that just what rivalry should be about? We'll fight you. We'll meet you anywhere, in a creek, wherever. We know, Jesse, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, they don't like each other.
Put your face in the fan, put your face in the creek, and get that football. I love that. And this really is a storied tradition between these two schools. You don't necessarily have to be from the state of Oklahoma to appreciate that when Oklahoma State plays Oklahoma, man, that is must-watch TV.
And the Cowboys will have it 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Right side, it's Green. Snags it and he's open. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Touchdown, Oklahoma State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Blaylock. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Making the adjustment on the play. Drops back. It's Spatier. Looking to the big tight end. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And not surprised at all, man. You force the turnover, great field position, and you get aggressive. You try to throw the football on the first play. This is that little fringe area, man. That 30 to 50-yard line, you got a lot of space to still throw. Get your receivers open and try to make plays in the passing game.
The Cowboys will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Right back to it. Enough to move the chains. Timeout taken now by Oklahoma State. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Drops back on 1st down. Out wide right, it's Barnes. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Air Force, taking on the number 19 team, the Navy Midshipmen. And it's the Falcons with a double-digit lead. You can't count out the opposition, but I'd say the defense looks awfully stout so far.
They'll take the penalty and move them back. Sets his feet. It's Mateer. Caught. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
The thing I like like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Here's a give to Robinson. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Blaylock. Looking for room at the 30. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff to Xavier. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
It's 1st down from the 11. Motion from the wide receiver. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
The run inside. It's Blaylock. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. Sets his feet. It's Mateer. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
I know this defense feels like they missed some opportunities. Yeah, they had 2 sacks their last game out, but they feel like they left a bunch more out on the field, and they wanted to try to get to the quarterback in this game. That was finally the first time they registered a sack so far here. Curious to see how this pass rush looks the rest of the way.
Here comes the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
He'll bring it out. It's Page. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Barnes.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, and goes and gets a 1st down.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Right side, it's Barnes.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the air. Oh, pressure's coming. Left side, it's Barnes. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And that's this guy's 3rd catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
He wants to throw it again. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Hits inside. It's Hawkins. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Turns it upfield. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. Snapped on 4th down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
He'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. There he goes. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Sends it back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Hawkins. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Oklahoma State has the lead here. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to throw, and they need a bunch. Fires to the right. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Cowboys moving quickly to the line. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get into those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
What a great job defending the comeback there by the defender, right? He was able to squat, transition, break on the ball, and knock it down. Could not have played that better.
2nd and long here. the gun. It's Hawkins. Made a defender miss. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
And the Cowboys are marching down the field. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Out wide right, it's Barnes. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're looking to throw on second and short. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be fourth down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Just 1 for 3 on fourth down so far in this one, but they'll stay on the field and try to convert here. Needs it. Tried to power it ahead on 4th and 1, and this defense was up to the challenge, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And that's exactly where you want one of your best football players, right in the middle of your defense. And watch that dude hunt, man. Fourth down, and he flies up, finds the football, makes the big play for this defense. He's the guy who they talk to in the headset, and he's the guy who just made the big play.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the first and second quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
He's stopping. He's got enough to move the chain.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Straight ahead, it's Blaylock. And again finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
3rd and 4. Back to throw, it's Mateer. They're all over him. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
Talk about saving your best when the moment is the biggest. Nice job in the fourth quarter. Been grinding all day. Made the biggest run of the day when it counted the most. Picked up the first. in a pretty close ball game.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Fresh setter down's going to the air. He's taking a deep shot. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
How nice is it as a defense when you've got a corner that can play on an island and be as dominant as this guy has been all game long? You just saw another great example of it right there. Breaking on the ball and knocking it away.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
And this is a big 3rd down for this offense, man. I'm really interested to see how they attack, because this defense, you can tell, man, they're going to continue to play aggressive. Late in the football game, they want to get a stop, get the ball back to their offense. A good chess match going on right now.
He's changing the play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Here comes the heat. He sacked this defense all over him.
And 3rd down for a defensive lineman, trust me, I'm one of them, is money down. Go get me that quarterback, make the stop, get him to 4th down. The defensive line, the defense was ready to rock and roll. Nice job.
Needs it here on 4th down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that 1st down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the 4th down conversion.
They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense, because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their 1st. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. The Cowboys will try to run out the clock in this final minute. Looking for a crease, it's Hawkins. And he's brought down after a short gain. Timeout, Oklahoma, that's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. The Sooners call timeout, and that's their last one. Now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Mateer. Here's a throw downfield late. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Defense making the play. Hey, never hurts to pad the stats on D either, right? And they'll be able to run out the clock. Oklahoma State sends out the offense to start this drive. They can't stop the clock, and the defense really can't do anything about this, David.
Great spot to be in for the offense. They know just take a knee, no timeouts for the defense, take the clock down to 0, Paul.
And they've got to feel good too, David. Hard-fought game. It was a physical contest, but man, getting these W's, that is a sweet, sweet taste.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. They're going to enjoy this one at Eskimo Joe's and all across Stillwater tonight as the Cowpokes take down the Sooners. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.